Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous. 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 Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous.
Really, I'm haunted. I'm haunted by hundreds.
Let's keep it 100. You got. What up, though? It's your boy Common Sense, man. And we already know that common sense isn't common. Alright, look, so today, man, we have Stephen A. Smith, man, in my opinion, being a straight up coon, bro. It's no other way to say it. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I usually try to do positive videos. I try to stay away from the negative videos. But when I seen this video the other day on the Stephen A. Smith show, I said, nah, bro, Stephen A. need to be held accountable of the bullshit that this boy is on. The energy that he had for Dana White when Dana White had his situation with his wife is not the same that he has right now for Diddy. And to be honest with you, the only thing in my eyes that Diddy is guilty about, and I know a lot of y'all is not going to be able to use any sense behind this, but the only thing that Diddy is guilty about in my eyes right now so far is the Cassie situation, because we have proof of that. That other shit with the baby oil shit and all that type of stuff, bro, it's no excuse or it's not a crime to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But people like Stephen A. Smith is pushing this narrative towards this man or about this man to get this man locked up. And it's crazy because in my eyes, bro, black people just love to see other black people that's at the top fall down or come down. But in this video, I'm going to show y'all how Stephen A. Smith is being disrespectful to Diddy's mom, disrespectful to Diddy, disrespectful to the whole culture, and he's switching up on us. I'm your boy Common Sense. Like the video, because liking the video is so important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you're feeling the content. It's a reaction. Let's go.
On Sean Diddy Combs. The music mogul is currently in federal custody awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy charges. He's pleaded not guilty. Not guilty. Meanwhile, his mama, Janice Combs, she took to social media yesterday in response to federal allegations levied against her son. Here's just a portion of the statement she released yesterday through her attorney. Quote, "It is heartbreaking to see my son judged, not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To be a witness to what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. My son is not the monster they have painted him to be, and he deserves the chance to tell his side. I can only pray that I am alive to see him speak his truth and be vindicated." End quote. First off, to Mrs. Combs, nobody should dismiss the power of your words and the unconditional love you have for your son. You gave birth to this man. Everybody, any man knows that has had a wonderful mama in his life knows about the power that unconditional love from mama brings to any of us. That's a given. I miss my mama every day. God rest her wonderful soul. I wouldn't be the man that I am today if it were not for her. But in fairness, please understand that these are very serious allegations against your son, and it's not being conveyed and disseminated in a court of public opinion for nothing. It's there because the federal government, Homeland Security, raided the homes in Miami and Los Angeles of your son and ultimately arrested him and indicted him on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. We get where you're coming from and we understand it, but do you know respectfully, ma'am, how much this falls on deaf ears? And I say that respectfully.
All right, first of all, that's disrespect, and you meaning that disrespectfully. Anytime somebody say respectfully or I mean this respectfully or respect, however you want to say it. Anytime somebody's trying to say they trying to be respectful, bro, and they say some shit after that, It's disrespect. Bro, listen, first thing in her statement, she says she hopes to be alive to hear my man's pretty much speak his truth. Therefore, if you read that, which Stephen A. Smith got a high comprehension level when it comes to reading, I know he picked up on that this shit is killing her. So at the end of the day, by the time this court case is over, bro, she might be dead just from the stress that's going on with this situation. So the fact that Stephen A. Smith read that and continued to put this on his show is disrespectful, and he's being very much selfish. Since this situation has happened, since Stephen A. Smith has started his own TV show or show, however you want to say it, on YouTube, he's did 6-7 Diddy videos. So he's not letting up on this situation. But at the end of the day, bro, for him to say her statement is going, you know how many deaf ears this is landed on, don't nobody want to hear it? Bro, you don't know. So in my eyes, him saying that statement, bro, anybody who watches his show that might have failed for what she said, he's taking that shit back and making it worth nothing. So to me, it's a narrative that he's continuously trying to push, that these people want to be pushed. Bro, you don't know how many ears this shit landed on, or how many people took that and said, oh, you know what? I can have a little empathy or sympathy for Diddy in this situation. But no, he want to backtrack everything and say, ma'am, putting out this statement is pretty much irrelevant and don't nobody want to hear it. First of all, bro, nobody in anything that you use is a big ass assumption. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's never all of anything. So you saying nobody is saying all of something. Kill that shit, Stephen A.
Because you're his mom. There is no one who believes for 1 second that you would believe there's a shred of guilt that should be attached to your son with these specific allegations that have been leveled against him. Nobody's going to believe that. That's like a mama coming on the stand as a character witness. Well, what else do you expect her to say? Why would she say anything different? It's rare, it's an extreme aberration for one's parents to speak publicly against their child when such heinous allegations have been leveled against them. That is the fact. And the fact that your statement was issued through a lawyer doesn't help, because it gives the impression that the lawyer, in concert with Sean Diddy Combs, decided to go through you to convey and disseminate a message that, dare I say, would be deemed believable more so in their eyes coming from you than from a lawyer. Not recognizing the level of cynicism that exists in this world today. And that the statement coming from you is not going to move anybody. Anybody. That's point number one. Number two, who's painting P. Diddy Combs to be a monster?
Everybody.
The public hasn't.
Yes, the public has.
We all want to wait and see.
That's a damn lie. That's what they should be doing.
Praying he's innocent of these charges.
That's a damn lie.
He's innocent of the allegations that have been leveled against him. But anybody who's attached any level of guilt have usually been the people he has been associated with. He has done.
Man, listen, how can my man say this with a straight face? And we all know that if you bring up this Diddy situation to anybody, I'm talking about anybody, young, old, older, right? It don't matter how old they are. If you bring up this Diddy situation to anybody and you ask them, do you think Diddy is guilty? A lot of people is going to say yes. That's the public saying, convicting my man's already saying that he's guilty. In a way, bro, that is lynching.
Business with an individual in Cassie Ventura, the ex-girlfriend who we saw on video being assaulted by him, or those in his inner circle, including family members, who have been conspicuously quiet. I'm not even bringing up the people in the industry who won't even say anything about him. They give love and prayers to his family and his loved ones. Not a single soul outside of mom has come forward to say he's innocent, innocent, innocent. The closest person to that was Kevin Liles, who resigned as the CEO, as an executive with Warner Music. He was an outspoken supporter of Diddy, and on the day Diddy was arrested, he resigned. So this is not about people painting Diddy to be a monster. This is about the federal government saying he is, being specific with what they're charging him with, sex trafficking and racketeering, and people echoing the charges that have been levied against him to such a degree that he went to New York 2 weeks in advance, anticipating being arrested, that he would turn himself in. Then they wouldn't even give him an opportunity to turn himself in because they met him at a hotel in New York City where they cuffed him and gave him that perp walk outside. And then thereafter, they denied him bail, not just once, but twice. Every word I just uttered is fact. It's not painting a picture in a narrative.
Stop. Bro, it's painting the picture. And it's putting out a narrative. Because I'm going to say this, bro. Like I said before, the only thing that this man is guilty of is beating on Cassie. Because we seen videos of that. So I would never try to stand on my man's side when it comes to that situation. And should nobody else do it, because we know that that is a fact. Right? At the end of the day, they making up what they want to make up far as when it comes to the court. They calling my man, they saying that my man is sex trafficking. Right? And they telling people that if you fly somebody out, pay them for their services, right? Fly a person to a different city, pay them for their services, that's considered sex trafficking. And a lot of people like, oh, where did that become? And then after a couple days, motherfuckers is taking that for what it is. Oh, he's sex trafficking. Bro, that's not sex trafficking. If you look sex trafficking up, it's pretty much making somebody do anything that they don't want to do. Forcefully making them do that shit. So he's not guilty of sex trafficking as of yet, because we don't have no evidence of him forcing anybody to do anything. Now I know a lot of people out here do not know how to use common sense, but in my eyes, bro, common sense says to me that the only thing Diddy is actually guilty for is the Cassie situation. Stephen A. Smith is taking his mom's statements and trying to erase the motherfuckers from people's ears and eyesights to say don't nobody want to hear what you got to say because you the mom. Clearly you not going to find him innocent. In my eyes, bro, Stephen A. Smith is kicking Diddy while he's down. And I would love to see Stephen A. Smith and a lot of more people, bro, that's saying my man is guilty. I would love to see their reaction if Diddy was to be released and see how they would act. But in my eyes, they done already fucked up my man image. And that's what's messed up too. We all know what these people would do if they just wanted to assassinate you. If they wanted to take your money from you. We know the first rule. They gonna fuck your image up. And we all know that the Cassie situation with the Diddy thing, or the Diddy situation with the Cassie video, fucked up his image to a high degree. But let me say this though. We finna go to the next video because it's crazy. It's different when it's Dana White. All right, now this is Dana White. When he put his hands on his wife, right? Same type of situation that Diddy had with the Cassie situation. Now I can't say that Diddy's was a bit more violent, but the whole thing is it's evidence that Dana White actually put his hands on his wife. Right? Now check this out and check out Stephen A. Smith energy.
Defending his actions from a New Year's Eve video of him slapping his wife at a nightclub In Mexico, White, who apologized for the altercation earlier this month, addressed the topic of punishment in front of media members. Take a listen.
What should the repercussions be? You tell me. I take 30 days off? How does that hurt me? I mean, I told you guys when we were going...
Bro, now, imagine if Diddy came out and had that much goddamn confidence responding to the video. Imagine if Ray Rice had that much confidence responding to the video. This man is sitting up here talking about what should the consequences be. Should I take 30 days off? Bro, you sound arrogant as hell. It don't sound like there's no type of sorriness, apology in this damn voice, in his damn approach in this, man.
Through COVID could last 10 years. I could sit it out and, you know what I mean? What would be the problem? The only... It's much like COVID, actually. You know, me leaving hurts the company.
Like, what type of
Hurts
shit
my
is this?
employees. Hurts the fighters. Doesn't hurt me. I could have left in 2016.
Well,
You know what I
leave,
mean?
motherfucker.
I don't know. What's the... Do I need to reflect? No, I don't need to reflect.
He don't need to reflect
And that's
on beating
more
his
of why I
wife.
spoke up. You know what I mean? I've been against this. I've owned this. I'm telling you that I'm wrong. And, but listen, I mean, we've had plenty of discussions internally with Ari, ESPN. Nobody's happy. Nobody's happy about this, you know. Neither am I. But it happened. And I have to deal with it. And what is my punishment? Here's my punishment. I got to walk around for however long I live. Is it 10.4 years or is it another 25 years? And I gotta, this is how I'm labeled now. My other punishment is that, you know, I'm sure a lot of people, whether it be media, fighters, friends, acquaintances who had respect for me might not have respect for me now.
How do you repair things at home?
You don't bounce back from it. You wake up every day and try to be better than you were yesterday, and you make sure that that never happens again. Whatever steps you have to take to make sure that you're never in that situation and that never happens again, that's what I need to do. And it's a fact. I mean, there's a couple things in life that you don't bounce back from, and this is one of them. That's a fact.
Earlier this week, the California legislature...
Now, understand what you heard was damn near an apology or his speech of being on camera hitting his wife. Now, I can only imagine how people would have been on anybody else as far as a black race person coming out saying exactly what my man's saying. That, oh, I could tell you what my punishment is. People gonna think I'm a abusive person. My friends, family, if they had respect for me before, they ain't gonna have respect for me now. But pay attention to how Stephen A. Smith, man, responds to this.
Legislative Women's Caucus called for White's removal as UFC president, writing in a letter to Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel. The head of a major sporting organization cannot claim to be for the safety of women while a video of him striking his wife continues to circulate online without a response from you. The letter reads, "The hypocrisy is astounding. Enough is enough."
That's a fact.
Endeavor is UFC's parent company, along with other business partners, including ESPN and TBS. Both have declined to comment on the incident. Stephen A., there's a lot to unpack here, but let's start with his comments from yesterday.
First order of business about his comments from yesterday. What I didn't like about what Dana White did was how he was speaking about, okay, what would you have happen? What do you want me to do? I don't think that was the thing to say. That's number one. But number two, I want to get into this because you know this is First Take and we don't run from issues and we ain't about to start now. And people who have implied that somehow, some way we run from issues or we soft soak stuff, I don't think they know what the hell they're talking about. So let me say, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not going to speak for you on that, Molly. I'm going to speak for myself. I've already stated for the record. Number one, I spoke to Dana White. Dana White knows exactly where I stand. He was wrong. You do not put your hands on a woman, period. Okay? I also said that Dana White deserves the same punishment he would hand down to one of his fighters.
Can I just say really quickly what I said after you said that?
Yes.
I said he deserves a stricter punishment than that because the role he plays,
Yep.
and it's a leadership role.
Right.
But people seem to forget that.
Yeah, they forgot that. They just conveniently forgot
Yeah.
that. And the reason that I said
You
that he
forgot it too,
deserves
Stephen
what he
A.
would hand down to other players, other fighters under his stewardship, is because somebody would get suspended for 6 months. Somebody would get suspended for a year. You see what I'm saying? Now, am I an advocate of cancer culture where you want him to lose his job? No. And I'm not apologizing.
Now, listen, we all know, bro, anybody who gets caught on camera hitting a woman, their career is over. It ain't no coming back from that in these times.
For that. Married 27 years to his wife. His wife spoke about this issue as well. They're working it out as a family. It's their family matter. It's their private matter, but it became public. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, Dana White was wrong. You do not do what he did to his wife, which he has openly admitted. Does he deserve to be punished? Yes, he does. Does he deserve to be the person who decides what his punishment is? No, he does not. He does not. Somebody else needs to be able to make that call, which is what I said, okay? I never said he should be allowed to punish himself, okay? What I said was his punishment should fit what he would exact against other people. I don't even think Dana White disagrees with that because I haven't spoken to him since. So let's get that out the way. But let's also understand what we're talking about here. We're talking about a situation where this man's actions cannot be defended. No fighter in the UFC, no human being, no man, no woman, no child, no one should defend it. Dana White has said that. His wife has indicated that. Mm-hmm. He's indicated that his children feel that way. All right, so where does that leave us? Well, Stephen A. sits up here and I'm on First Take. Who do I work for? I work for ESPN. Who does the UFC have to deal with? That's ESPN. We haven't heard anything. William Morris Endeavor, that is the agency that represents me, okay? Technically, you can say that. It goes a bit deeper. I'm at William Morris because of Mark Shapiro. Let me be very, very clear about that. Mark Shapiro is the president. Mark Shapiro is the person who hired me at ESPN in 2003. Our relationship spans that long. He's the only reason. Not to say that it's not a great company, because I got one of the best agents in the business in John Rosen, who's spectacular, and I get all of that. But I'm at WME because of Mark Shapiro, who is a friend, all right? The point that I'm trying to make is that they got to do what they got to do. You're asking me what my opinion should be? I've told Dana White where I stood. I've told Mark Shapiro where I've stood. I've told ESPN where I stand. I've told the national audience where I stand. But in the end, this is the part that people, and I know why it's annoying people. You look at a guy like Dana White, who's in a very influential position. This is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, but what he said was actually factual from this perspective. What exactly is it that you're going to do? He can walk away, okay? I saw...
you keep him away from his job, from the sport.
Right.
Listen, and this the whole reason why I played this video, that part right there. What exactly, one thing that he's right about is what exactly is we going to do. Listen, Molly had to call him out for this, bro. If this was a black dude, ain't no way he'd be trying to find any excuse for anybody when it comes to this situation. Bro, he need to be kicked off the damn CEO platform that he own. He don't need to be having no ties to the UFC. He just need to be going on. He been said he can leave, leave.
From his job that he loves.
That's fine. And he was telling you he'd be fine with it.
Because it's a privilege.
So let him leave.
I understand that. I'm saying to you what he said yesterday is that he's going to be fine regardless.
And you taking that shit.
I'm saying to you is this.
Listen. Stephen A is taking that shit and taking my man's word for that shit. If it was that easy, my man's would have been gone. That's a motherfucker manipulating you, and Stephen A. Smith is being manipulated. Well, he said he can leave. He ain't left yet, so he said he can leave. So making him leave, that wouldn't hurt him. No, making him leave would hurt him.
I look at the Wall Street Journal the other day and I see Vince McMahon, who got into some trouble running the WWE, and he leaves and he's gone for months at a time. He comes back, reclaims the CEO position, and the stock price has jumped up. I mean, we're living in a society right now where there's a level of accountability that people are craving for.
Yeah.
But who's going to exact that accountability? I don't know the answer to that question.
It needs to be Endeavor because he has a boss.
Okay.
So, Stephen A., if we're saying that if fighters get X amount of punishment, and I looked it up, there isn't a standard policy with the UFC, and I've said this before with the NFL, there should be a hard and fast rule with gambling and PEDs, and there also should be when you violate a woman. So it's the same thing here. And they have to create a policy if they have to look at what happened with fighters in the past, and it has to be more severe from the simple fact that he's in a leadership role, he's the face of the company, and what comes with that.
I got it. And my response to that is fine. But then people should be talking about that. Yeah. They shouldn't be looking at Molly and Stephen. Oh, your tenor, your tone, and it wasn't aggressive enough. What do you want me to say? All I could do is be honest and open about where...
Bro, we want you to have the same energy that you have with black folks. Not talking about some butt and who hired you and all this shit. No, bro. Call him out for what the fuck it is. You can't be sitting up here talking about some if I leave, well, what's going to happen? That's not going to hurt me. I could have left 2016 and such. Bro, that's bullshit. It doesn't sound like you sorry about nothing. He and his wife been together for 27 years. You ain't bring up how many years Cassie was there with Diddy. So Stephen A. Smith is on some pure bullshit. The energy ain't the same. Now, finna go to the Diddy situation. Because I don't want this video to be too long because it's going to be long. But I'm going to go to the Diddy situation and understand and see the energy that Stephen A. have towards him.
Elements, okay? Exclusive surveillance video obtained by CNN appears to show the music mogul assaulting his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura at a hotel in 2016. In the video, Combs can be seen striking and kicking Ventura as she tried to leave. I have the video right in front of me. We can't show it to you. But I'm watching this with the sound off as we speak. She's walking down the hallway in a hoodie, y'all. Clearly trying to sneak out of the hotel room. We see him come sprinting down the hallway in just a towel. That's it. He goes up to her. He snatches her by the neck. Yanks her to the ground. She lays there still. Okay? I'm looking at the video. While I'm talking to you. He snatches her by the neck, unless this is some lookalike, unless it's just some clone, unless this is somebody that's like from Mission Impossible, like Tom Cruise, wearing somebody else's face, looking exactly like them when it ain't them at all. Unless there's something along those lines. This is what we're looking at here. And you see the stills right there in the screen. And I get that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm watching this as we speak. And I've seen this video now because I want to make sure I know what I'm looking at. This is about the 10th time that I looked at it. He runs down, he snatches her by the neck, he yanks her to the ground, she lays still, then he launches a kick towards her like he's kicking a damn field goal, picks up the vase or whatever she had with her, kicks her again, hits her, she lays still, and then after that, he grabs her and drags her down the hallway. And then there's additional video showing him sitting in the hotel room, picking up stuff, throwing it at her. Ladies and gentlemen, I cover sports. Primarily, that's my day job. Remember Ray Rice? Remember what happened? Like 2014 when his girl was in the elevator and she either shoved him or hit him, and then he check left hooked her and hit her and knocked her face into the bar inside the elevator. She hit her head to it, and then she laid on the floor unconscious in the elevator, straight up knocked out. And then after that, he didn't even pick her up and he dragged her out of the elevator. This video, allegedly, supposedly, presumably, seemingly, whatever word's appropriate, with P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs. This is worse. We saw both videos. We saw the video from Atlantic City with Ray Rice years ago. We saw that many times over. We saw the collateral impact it had on the NFL, the world of sports, and beyond, because it heightened a level of sensitivity towards domestic violence and showed that level of awareness to such a degree that it permeates our thoughts and our minds, hearts to this day and age. In this day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is worse. I'm looking at the video again. This is worse. No wonder he settled the case with Cassie Ventura one day after she had filed a suit against him. One day. No wonder you've heard about so many different allegations when his homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by Homeland Security. This is bad. This is so bad, it's hard to put into words. I don't know how P. Diddy recovers from this. I don't know if he can. The only way is if it's proven that that video, that's not him. That's not him. This is the only way. There's no other way.
All right. Now, like I said, understand the energy that he's giving. Again, Diddy is wrong for what he's doing. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the only thing that we know that this man is guilty for is this exact situation that Stephen A. Smith is talking right now. My thing is this. The example that he gave, why I gotta be another black man? We all know Dana White had his situation. Why couldn't it have been Dana White? Why couldn't it have been my mans that own the WWE, Vince McMahon? We know that he's aware of it, but he didn't even bring it up. Why? Because he was giving them excuses when their situation was going on. He was giving them a way out. But I say the energy is not the same, because in this situation, he's not giving Diddy a way out, and nor he shouldn't. But at the same time, the energy is not the same.
There's no other way. No wonder we haven't seen him. Only time you caught him was somebody's doing a video with him in a coffee shop. I mean, at one point in time, we were talking about sex trafficking, those allegations, him being compared to Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. But those are allegations, which he's emphatically denied. This is a video. It's not even a picture. It's a video. You see him sprinting down the hallway. Damn sure look like him. This ain't Mission Impossible. It looked like him. It seems to be him. And if it's proven to be him, and this video is authentic, and we have no reason to believe that CNN of all places would air an inauthentic video flagrantly, clearly incriminating P. Diddy. We have no reason to believe otherwise. I think his career is over.
I think his career is over. That should have been the same energy you had with Dana White, bro. You should have said his career need to be over. Dana White's career need to be over. Not no, well, he said he had stepped down, so we know that's not gonna bother him. What should his punishment be? Not no, well, Vince McMahon, he stepped down. Once he came back, the stock price went up. Ain't nobody caring about the bottom line. At the end of the day, Stephen A. Smith looking right at me in this video with this still face, bro. I'm telling him. Bro, you fake as hell. You definitely playing sides, bro. You know who your boss is. That's why you mentioned your goddamn bosses in your statement when Dana White was the topic. And so you acting accordingly. In this situation, bro, I don't have the same respect that I had for you before. A lot of people used to call you coons and all this type of shit. I always disagreed. In this situation, bro, you definitely that. And this whole experience of you putting up 6-7 videos kicking my man's while he's down, and the only thing that he's been convicted of, or the only thing that we know he's wrong for, is beating on Cassie, but you taking shit and making shit seem way more worse than it already is with his moms and all that type of shit, bro. You definitely a coon like everybody said you was. I'm your boy Common Sense, man. Like the video, because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you feeling the content or felt the content. I'm doing what I always do, and I'm signing off. Peace.